Alrighty, guys, what's going on? Another wash and talk, and man, this is a hectic day. The entire morning, I was trying to figure out what was wrong with Jackie. Um, Big shout out to everybody who sent me a DM and helped out. I have no idea, but I thought it was something electrical, but it turned out to be the main relay for now. Last time, I ended up replacing the battery in the alternator, and the car started working, and then up to now, it started giving me these issues. Of the main relay. But luckily, the last time I went, um, I had made time for me to go to the junkyard so I can pick up a few other things. And while I was there, I was like, it's never a bad time to pick up a main relay, and so ended up picking an extra one. I was able to find that it was under the seat. Swapped it out, it worked out. So good news on that front end. So that was I was able to drive the car. Now that's Chubbs drinking his water. He gets thirsty. He does these wash and talks with me, so you know how he is. He's always helping. So first thing I want to discuss, I tried getting some different resources for you guys, so the wash and talks are much nicer. I failed, like always, right? So you're gonna see these bright hose. I picked up the different type of hose just because the other one is really heavy and it tangles up a lot. So I was like, okay, if I can pick up a lighter one, that's gonna be great. I should have freaking measured the orange one, the one that I normally use, so then I could get an idea of how big, how long I needed it. Well, I picked up a 25 feet one, as you guys can tell right now. Um, it's kind of short, so I'm having to kind of put it over the car, under the car, go sideways, and that was the first of the things I noticed. The second thing, the actual gun. I think since it's specifically made for a high pressure washer, the guarding hose it doesn't put out as much pressure, so therefore, as you guys we're gonna be able to see that the foam gun, um, it doesn't really foam. It does give a little bit of a better look. I definitely do enjoy it more. Don't get me wrong. I prefer that over. I just like looking the car getting soaked in the soap, and yeah, I think it does help, especially because Jackie hadn't been washed for a while. She sat for like 3 or 4 days, and so uh, since the last time I replaced the alternator and the battery, just kind of let her sit, and then I was like, let me drive her, and then drove her. It was fine. Gave me headaches the day before. This morning fixed it. We'll see how long that lasts. So as you see me going back there, I go and pick up the actual gun. I ran into a couple issues. The first time I ordered a bottle, a foam bottle, I thought it was gonna work with the original gun that I had. It didn't. So then I had to wait like I don't know 2 3 weeks, and I was able to get this gun slash foam bottle all together. So as you can tell right there, I'm like, what's going on? Like, and I had played with it a little bit. I'm like, okay, so this is it's not working as usual. You just kind of ride the wave, I guess. But yeah, so I just kind of wanted to give you all that the feedback and background in the issues that I was experiencing with this gun. So if you see me kind of like, what is he doing? That yeah, it's always and that's when I was like, wait, it's like that's when I kind of realized like, wait, it might work. This might work. Um, and I think it did okay. It's not as foamy as the professional ones, and so um, that's a discussion that I had with my wife on her walk. She said, "How come you didn't get the other one?" I said, "I don't know. Like I think it's like trying to keep things in a budget can sometimes backfire. I could have, I technically can still buy the high pressure washer, and it should work with um, the gun that I have. But sometimes it's just I don't know. I didn't think I was gonna need more than 25 feet of hose. I thought it's nearby, but apparently I need the 51. So I think I'm still gonna have to use the orange one as an extension. I definitely benefited, and I like the way the green hose felt. That was so much lighter. But yeah, man, I guess what, measure three times, order once. So it's definitely annoying, as you guys can tell right there. I'm like, okay, it's tangling a little bit, but it's not as difficult to maneuver, but it's just short. That's about as far as I was getting. And um, prior to that, I don't know if you guys can see right there between the green hose and there's like a black extension and then the gun. Well, another issue I ran into was the fittings. Um, the fittings from the actual gun, it was 14 millimeters, and then the actual fitting for the hose, it was 3/4. So yeah, that's not gonna fit. I ended up busting a mission to a nearby hardware store. They didn't have it. Then ended up going to Home Depot. They pretty much turned off the lights on me, so I was able to just get one little piece. I didn't have enough time to um, kind of really look into the right area. So I'm definitely gonna go back and check it out. On the way back from Home Depot, I ended up stopping by AutoZone. That's where I picked up that hose. I don't know what hose it is. I just asked them, "Hey, do you guys sell, loose hoses?" And so that was actually I got lucky. That's the biggest size they had. So um, I kind of just bought some clamps, fitted it, and it wasn't leaking water. So it was pretty cool. But I still definitely want to get the proper fittings, the proper adapter, so that way it really doesn't leak any water and it looks a little bit cleaner. So this is kind of like the best time that I like when a car is getting foamed up or whatever. Obviously, you can tell it's not foaming up the way I would want it, but I can definitely see that it did help. I didn't record the ground, but it was a lot of dirt, and so I don't know. I figure the soap kind of helps with the dirt and debris and whatever. Um, she wasn't sitting next to under a tree or anything, but there was a lot of you know birds kind of left their message there, and just a quick reminder of I need to actually drive her more. But it's been fun. It's been fun for the past month. I've been able to drive her way more, and it's a blast. And so another thing, I'm getting the bug of getting new wheels for her. So then I can kind of go ahead and adjust the camber, the height, and the alignment because she needs an alignment like 3 years ago. Um, Another update is the turn signals. I finally finally got turn signals. It's not a major thing, but like I said, just taking it slow. There's always gonna be a million things that I'm gonna want, and so maintenance will always be number one. So that's kind of the route that I've been going with. Here I just got the glove and soaked it with water, and then I just kind of um, this time around I was afraid that I was gonna run into night. So yeah, I'm telling you, like I still haven't got the right timing. Sometimes is I think I'm out of the loop of the sun, and there it is. But this time I was like, okay. Um, we got shade, and um, at this particular look, this is exactly the way I like the color. It's not gray. It has a little bit of a tint of a blue. It just makes it look nice, and I just picture um, the car with some maybe black Riga Masters or even RPF ones. I like them. I don't care what people think. Like I like them. As you can tell, I picked up another glove for the wheels, and I didn't clean the wheels the way I usually do, which is clean them before and then after. I was just kind of excited about the gun, and then reality hit me, and I was like, "Crap, this is not gonna work out." So, um, yeah, you know, always trying to push ourselves to do something different. It was funny. I went to the store and when I was looking for the fittings, and the guy was like, "Well, what size fittings do you need?" And so I read on the hose it says 5/8, right? So I'm like, well, I need 5/8 to whatever this is. So he looks at me like 5/8. Like, yeah, that's what the hose says. And it kind of threw me off my game because he wasn't rude, but he did the way he said it. It was like, you dumbass. Like he was 5/8 is diameter. You need 3/4, and I was like, no, the hose says 5/8. Yeah, that's the diameter. I was like, oh, okay, so I need 3/4. Yeah, you need 3/4. Like, shit. So you can tell I don't do anything with numbers and things like that. So kind of threw me off my game for a little bit, but you learn, and it's okay. You gotta put yourselves in those situations where you're just gonna have to learn. And so, anyways, the guy couldn't help me because he didn't have the right size. It's not their fault. It's just the the fittings that I'm looking for were just two different worlds per se. So it would have to be really custom. Um, but he did provide me kind of the right way about where I could go and purchase it. I just didn't have time. But kind of just use this time to say thank you so much for tuning in, and I know that a lot of you, um, I think most of you can think of 100 different things you guys could be doing with your time, but you guys choose to kind of just hang out with me for a little bit. And I'm always looking forward to the comments and just the thoughts and reactions that I have from from some of the things that I say. So I really appreciate it. I've seen some new names, um, some old ones that kind of check in and check out here and there, and so it's just a space for me to share some crazy things I go through. Kind of not afraid to make mistakes or to even admit them. Are they embarrassing? Of course. Um, Maybe this helps anybody who's out there trying to get a gun and hoses, and you kind of get it right the first time. But as you can tell, I was actually putting some pressure into the scrubbing of Jackie because she had been sitting for a couple of days, and um, I wanted to do before and after shots, but like I said, I was just kind of excited about the hose, and then reality kind of struck, and so I kind of had to step back and just kind of like try to just wash the car because I wanted to go on a walk after with Chubbs and my wife. So what I did like, as you can tell right there, the water is spraying nicely, and so that was one of the nozzles. It comes with a big pack of nozzles, so I have like double the nozzles just because, like I said, the first time around I just ordered a freaking bottle, thinking that it was gonna work with the gun that I had. It didn't, and so this time around I ordered both of the things. So second bottle, second, you know, kind of group of nozzles, and so this is the only one I tried, and I like the way it was spraying, so I just like kind of left it. But I'm definitely gonna be experimenting with the other ones and see how it does. I thought it was getting an even spray on the car and not too not focusing too much on one single area that it might damage the paint. There's a lot of little dents and things like that. Um, I know some of you really care about your paint, like a lot, and some of you are like, well, it's driven, and so it's gonna get damaged, and so I'm kind of coming to the terms that I drive my car and there's a couple of dents here and there, and I kind of still get upset about a new scratch, but ultimately it's a driven car, and so if I don't want any single thing on it or a single mark, then maybe I should leave it in the garage and never drive it. But what's the fun in that? And that's kind of part of the reason why I never went into a very expensive paint job. I think I've said it before, but I paid in total like 2,800 for a paint job, and yeah, was it? Yeah, like 2,900. And the reason was why it added up a little bit more was because it was allegedly a stage two. The door hinges, um, and then the body kit. They kind of pretty much just charged like not half a car, but they charged very separately, and they're big pieces. So they're like, well, you got the front, you got the two sides, you got the rear, and that was, if you add it up, that was like another, two bumpers. The way they kind of calculated it, and so that was all right. I knew I wanted to paint the entire lip kit because even at some point I thought, well, maybe I can take the lip kit off and kind of go OEM. And I'm still thinking about it. That's a cool thing that I'm able to kind of go back and forth, even though, especially in the front end, since the lip, you know, when it gets dragged or in and out of the driveway, it pushes up. It's giving some damage to the front bumper, and so I have touch of paint, but um, it's spray, so I need to really get like the actual, like with the brush, and do that. It just it will, I think, mix a little bit better, but it's difficult to find the appropriate color. It's a lot of people actually ask what the color is, and I've always been super um, transparent. I always tell everybody like, hey, this is a code that I got. This is a car. I'll say it again. It's Anvil Blue from a Jeep Wrangler, and so it's not the Destroyer Gray. I actually never heard of the Destroyer Gray. I heard of Cement Gray, but no, it's not the Destroyer Gray. It's not the Cement Gray. Um, it's not. What was the other one? Nardo Gray. It's it's from Anvil, Anvil Jeep Wrangler, and so when I went to the shop to get it painted, I told them that, I showed them the code, and I think the mixture ended up putting a little bit more gray. As you can tell in this angle, with the lighting, it gives it more of a gray. But overall, I'm super happy with the car. I think it looks different. There's another. I didn't mean to copy him or anything like that. There's another guy who drives a '95 coupe. I really like the way he did his setup. He ended up doing fender flares, and he kind of molded them, but the car is legit the same color as mine, or I guess mine is the same color as his, just because he painted it before. And the funny story is that, throwing back to like 2012, 13, when I first went to my first Cali Accord meet, his car, which at the time was black, was the one that inspired me the most. It was black at the time with some white. I don't even know if they were real TEs. Some, I don't think they were Rotas, but point is, like, it was a coupe, and I just fell in love. I was like, wow, like this is what you can do to a car like this. And from there, I know I left that car meet from Griffith Park, thinking like I'm definitely gonna do stuff to Jackie. Fast forward now, it's cool that I'm able to meet him and um, have chats with him. And unfortunately, his car got damaged, so it's been at the shop for the last like 8 months. So it's quite a bit of time. On this angle, I purposely did not cut off me moving the camera, and just to give you guys an idea, not like to make you guys feel bad or anything, because I'm obviously the one who's choosing to do this. But it's a little bit of work, man. It's a little bit of work having to, clean an area, kind of make sure I have a decent angle, not be in your way, because what's the point? They're just gonna see the back of my head, drawing, and then if I'm gonna move to a different area, you'll quickly see like, okay, I gotta move the camera, and so make sure that I have enough battery. I think by this point I already had swapped out the battery once, because if anybody of you who use GoPro, you guys will know that the battery just doesn't last. It doesn't believe in lasting more than 30 minutes. So it's just a little bit of work, but it's fun. I enjoy watching the final product, especially with the paint, since it's decent. Um, the rear bumper has some like indentation, so I'm kind of bummed bummed out about that, just because over time it's gonna crack. Like right there by where I'm drawing, there's some cracks and some. It's disappointing, but you kind of, what they say, you get what you pay for it. And so I mean, it is what it is. So just pretty much coming to the end of the drawing process. Well, kind of wanted to say, how are you guys doing, especially coming into about a month of this quarantine, and have you guys been able to kind of focus on some new adventures, and been able to try different stuff or push yourselves in different directions, or are you guys kind of just on survival mode, or family mode? Let me know. At one point, I wanted to do a live chat on the channel. I just don't know. I don't want it where I'm just like this, where you guys can just see me, and in the comment section I can answer questions. Um, Again, going back to the lack of resources, sometimes I really want to do, if I do a live, it would be where I wanna have you go on your own camera and I can do a two people screen and have a little chat. And I think I'm gonna be doing that with some new with some other YouTubers, and hopefully we can get that straight out. And so for those that don't believe that I use a separate towel, for those that don't believe me, that I have two towels. So this one's for the body, which is pretty dirty already. Probably need to buy a new one. This is for the wheels, because it's actually even older than the other one. There you go. So yeah, I told you guys, I am not lying. I use a different blue top for the wheel. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of bummed out that I'm still using my brother's rear wheels. I really should get off my butt. And as I'm recording this, my elbow is hitting my Mugen wheel in my room, and it's been sitting there, still losing air. And so I think the best way to approach it is to put it on Jackie, you know, lower her, and then check for leaks, because I think right now with the pressure that it has on the actual wheel, it's not showing any leaks. Last time I checked, it just, I can't find anything. So it could be the fact that it's just sitting, but I really should start putting it with the Mugen wheels. And I don't know, I like I said, I'm really I kind of want to not restore them per se, but I want to give them a break. So I am thinking of some new wheels. I'm thinking 16s and going with a really beefy tire. There's only a few cars that can rock that, and I feel like it's mostly Civics, CRXs, smaller cars. But just like with this angle, or like right now, where with the color, I think black or some type of not metallic gray, but type of battleship gray. Can't remember the name of the wheels, but the name of the color of the wheels, but something in that nature. Maybe matte blue, or like I don't know. We'll see. I think it's more about finding the right wheel. I think I'm aiming for a one-piece wheel instead of three-piece. But so as I'm putting the tire dresser, I really enjoy it. If you guys know of any tire dresser that you guys would definitely recommend, that doesn't, it gives it a nice black shiny look, but it doesn't go overboard. I feel like this one, I think this is the Armor whatever. I think it does a good job. Easy to apply, and then um, it doesn't leave the tires, you know, with nasty marks. I've used gel in the past, but yeah, just give me any suggestions of any tire dressing that you guys can recommend. And we'll leave you with this message from myself. Honestly, like I said, I'm always trying to just be as transparent and talk from the heart. And I appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. I know some of you don't leave comments, but you guys leave a positive like, and that means a lot. So as I'm finishing dressing the last tire, kind of leave you guys with a message as the little dressing does its thing. Alrighty, so while we let the little thing do its thing, just want to say thank you guys so much for the support. At the time of this recording, which is April something 2020, we hit 17,000 subscribers. And although I like to say it's not about the numbers, I'll admit it does make me feel good when the channel keeps growing. But ultimately, like, you know, I made my goal a while back, which was to be able to have breakfast, lunch, dinner with complete random individuals that now I can consider friends. It's a good feeling, you know, being able to go to Eric's house in Norwalk and hang out with Easy there, or go to Easy all the way to Moreno Valley, have Cars and Coffee, and then go to Sonora Grill. You know, DMing Mike G, Tank, freaking Brandon, always making fun of the double D's, and
whatever the case may be, man. Like it's fun. It's fun, and so I thank you guys. Um, Abel, I know you're always looking. You don't have an Instagram. Appreciate the support, man. Jorge Lopez, Noah. So there's definitely a lot of people that I can honestly say thank you so much. So, like I said, I'm in shock. 17,000. And the reason I'm saying the date and the number is because I know that one day, like we're still moving forward. Like this is not the end. One day we're gonna look back and think like, man, like we come even a long way, even more than before. So stay safe. I hope you guys enjoy this type of voiceover thing because it actually is easier for me and I enjoy it. So much love and take care of you guys. Take care of your family.
So I ended up, cleaning up the dressing, and just want to say that the interviews are coming. Don't worry, we're trying to get them. Um, Trying to stay safe in the process, and so I really appreciate all the suggestions and recommendations from some of you, the viewers, and the people that have hit me up whenever I need help. I really appreciate it. And so we'll catch you guys in the next one. And like I said, thank you guys so much for the support and for the future 17,000 to go.